I'm going to read a poem, and I'm going to start the tribute. It's a tribute to my mom, and then I'll start on the poem. My mother was a powerhouse, a spunky force to be reckoned with. She lived with no reins and fought up against anything and everything that tried to hold her down or keep her out the mix. She didn't add to the party. She was a whole event, and when she was around, everyone knew it. She was fierce and loving, pained and joyous. She was a whole vibe, from her little flat caps to her baby fat jackets and a spice deep enough to survive many generations. Believe me, we all got it. She knew how to fight, and she was damn good at it too. Mama clearly never taught her to give in or step down, because she rode it all the way out with the fire in her spirit till the very end. Wouldn't expect any less from my chili pepper, no shit having, hell raising, ass kicking, taking all the names mama. You're one of a kind, and I'm gonna see you on the other side. Thank you. So this poem is called Mama's Rule. Sometimes I wonder if my mama thought it'd be easier for us. Her having only admitted the touch of a pinch-skinned man. Was her anguish and sacrifice for us? Was her rationalization and protection of us? To sacrifice a true black love just for us? For this skin has known privilege, hers did not know. This body received grace, hers was never shown. Javon Johnson once described this idea of his mama's sacrifice as a way to force the world to open for him in which it did not for her. I feel, in her own way, this tactic may have been much of the same. Mama's rule. Being removed from her unfettered wisdoms, placed in the hands of someone so far from a culture that is connected to the roots of this earth, has been a liability in and of its own. Being raised by a white father, unbeknownst to the veracity of a broader world, shrouded in the light bright of his small town, his arrogance stung me in unfamiliar ways. It wasn't until I grew and ventured into the big city that I grew to know. It wasn't until I established a blended family all of my own, black and native excellence ran through our bones. That's when factual life cemented in. It was then that I began to see what I was privileged to be sheltered from in my adolescence, although it sat with me more like a curse. To live this whole life as a mere outline of my mother's legacy, hereditary hurts. To be taught ignorance in place of true knowledge, whitewashed fabrications of what my ancestors taught us. In place of undermined victories, to be grappled and scuffed into the image of what was asked of me, even if without words. It was then that I began to know. It was then that it all fully began to sink into my heart and my soul. While my whole life the words my father vomited from his disgruntled lips hunched so unsteady within my very existence. My body was, quite literally, and justifiably so, rejecting being in direct presence of a faithful product of hundreds of years of exacting generational traumas. Before I was even exposed to the emotional weight of it all. It was then that it fully began to settle into the depths of my being at the base of my familiar roots, how it twisted and choked the breath out of me, finger by finger, holding tighter and tighter with each passing moment, face red from asphyxiation. I understood now why the town in which I grew never felt like a home. I understood now why my grandparents in which I knew never felt like a safe haven, smelled of charlatan blood. I was blanketed by my complexion, provided a way out when all my body wanted, even before I was aware that I knew was a way in, when all I needed was to be guided home. Only home was a place that would struggle to accept me. Sometimes I wonder if my mama thought of how our community would receive us, if we would even be received at all. I ask myself, how do you grow the seed of a white man inside your melanated womb without whispering softly that this will be an existence contrary to all beliefs? Without ensuring your children are taught what they will be up against from both angles, both ends. I know you did your best, Mama. I know you sacrificed all you did, Mama. I know you laid awake at night, Mama. I know you cried your whole life, Mama. I saw it on your face, your first and last days, Mama. I know you did. I know you did. I know this world isn't a nice place, Mama. I could see it in your eyes, Mama. I know. I just wish I would have known. Wish I would have known. The burden of what I feel to be home has never been a gifted reality. The laws of acceptance and derision have followed me. I just wish I would have known. Wish I would have known how far away I feel from home.